Hi, this is Claire again with the full moon cards, and this time we are using the Smith Waite Borderless miniature edition. And I was always complaining I wanted to have, like, they had the usual tarot card size with Borderless, and I really like these cards. And now they do have the miniature edition, which is smaller than a pocket deck. I have here for comparison. So you can see this is a pocket version of tarot and this is miniature, and it has its advantages and disadvantages, to be honest. These cards are quite thick, so you won't bend them easily, like when you, this is really sturdy, I think you say in English, really strong material, stronger than these ones here. For example, if I bend them, they are more flexible, you see here. This has its advantages and disadvantages. So I really like these cards because they are smaller. I would prefer pocket edition, but I'm German, I'm a complainer. Yes, we are good at complaining, really. No, joke aside, it is better than nothing if you just don't have so much space on the table, or you want to do really big readings with many cards. So this is convenient. But I do have a little problem with these thick cards. Of course, this is good so you won't bend them and there won't be edges that are, I don't know how you say it in English, geknickt, who have, like, yes, these little things that can happen. This is wonderful, but with thickness comes another problem. You can see it here. I don't know if you see it. When you shuffle the cards, and I'm really more on the side of the soft shufflers, you get these little bumps is the wrong word, I know, but you know what I mean, these little things. Here you can also see them. This is like tearing apart a little bit, and I'm using them now for some weeks. It's not very long, like 2 weeks or so. And during this short time, and I'm not a hard shuffler, I see these things. I'm right-handed, so I shuffle like this, and then, yes, it sometimes gets onto each other. And it's not very promising when I see this after like 2 or 3 weeks of shuffling and doing readings, because I know how they will look like in 2 or 3 months. So if you are a professional, it might be difficult with these cards because they will tear away. I don't know if you say it like this, but there will be problems in short time if you use them regularly. And yes, this is a little disadvantage. If you are doing readings more private, not so often, this might not be an issue at all, or it might be an issue later, but I'm not too happy with it, I have to say, because I know I will have to replace them. Like, maybe they will do half a year, but I don't think so. And it's a bit sad. Make them a little bit more thin, and then it would be better, like these ones here. They're really, I have worked with these cards for years, and there's not a problem at all with the sides. So yes, I think they will have made up their mind why they did it that way, and there will be special things to consider when you make small cards, of course, but it would be sometimes better if they, because who is bending cards like this? Yes, so yes, this is just my little complaining. So let's have a look at the cards themselves, and we start quite heavy into the new year. And by the way, it's never too late for good wishes, as we say in German. It is a little bit late, but a happy new year to everyone. I'm wishing you luck, happiness, health, good money, love, everything you wish for yourself. Maybe some soft year 2026. A little gentleness would be good for everyone, I think. And so we start with a tower card. Very befitting. No, I'm just joking around. But the tower card has many sides, and it also has, as we say this in German, the chocolate side. The chocolate side means the good side of something. And it also has its chocolate sides. Everything has some chocolate sides. It just depends on where you are standing and what you are wishing for. So the tower is like divine intervention into your life. Yes, this is like the divine spark. This is the moment when you have like your flesh insights. It's, oh, yes, this is a way. Yes, and you can't do something against it. It's like we say in German, you can't push the toothpaste again into the tube. And so, do you say tube? You know, you can't push it back when it's once it's out. And this is one of those moments in life where you have like your mind is having like just this flash of insight and inspiration, and you can't undo it. It's there. You can't change it. And it can also be, of course, for things that just happen to you because it's like destiny. It's meant to be. It's outside influences that come into your life. So you don't have everything under control where this card is, and you really have to accept this. And speaking from everyday card reading, these are often situations when you are in the middle of it. It's very, very hard, and it can be really like taking lots of energy from you. But when you are through with it, it's great. Yes, because you are really through with it. The Tower card does not take, how you say, captives, like, it's the German saying, not taking captives, like when you take, it's a bit difficult to explain. But this card makes everything, yes, go in a straight way. So you don't have things attached to it, strings attached to it, like on-off situations where you are just at the next level of confusion. Yes, sometimes life is like that. You think, oh, I really did something and I really moved something and I go on. And then you find out, no, I just went on to the next level of problems. Whoa. No, the Tower is really, it's making its job. But sometimes at the first moment, it can feel, when these walls crumble down, it can feel like being, like sometimes people dream they are naked in a dream and they feel so embarrassed. And this can be a similar feeling, like, oh, I'm standing here, but I don't have what it needs already, because this happens usually quite fast when this card shows up. So you are like, oh, I'm standing here like almost naked, and ooh, what should I do? It's a little bit embarrassing. I feel not used to the situation. I don't have my routines how to behave in this because it's really new. This is an important aspect of this card. And sometimes you also have to say, sometimes like a jail, figuratively jail, you were in, also these walls gave you security. This is something we should not overlook, because everything has its plus and its minus. And the cards, at least as I see it here in Germany, modern interpretations seem to focus only on the positive things and on the growth aspects. And this is, in a way, very, very nice. I don't want to go back to the old ways of reading the cards, like when you have old books about reading tarot, like from the 1910s until like the 1970s, sometimes even the 80s. They were always black and white, good and bad, nothing in between. And it was always like fate is coming for you, and not I can do something about it. I am an active person living my life, doing my choices. Yes. And so I'm very much for this new reading style, but I also see that we have to name the bad things too. It's not only chocolate sides, right? And with this card, it's about sudden change, strong influences. You can't push the toothpaste back, but after the storm, it's really like fresh spring air, and it was really worth it. Yes, so this is a good thing. And important are also the cards around. If we would have here like a nasty sword card, everything here would be more heavy with the Tower. But we have the Hierophant, we call it. I don't want to try this in English. I say it in the German name, Hierophant. And Hierophant is a name or a word that sounds really old, because it is. It brings us back to old Greece and the mystery traditions of that time, like, for example, Demeter's mysteries, Dionysos' mysteries, and so on. And the Hierophant, you will know the word mystic, myst, and things like that. The Hierophant was a person bringing the myst to new experiences, like guiding the people to their initiations. But the initiations had to happen inwardly. Yes, of course they had temples and things like that to support these experiences, but it was very much also an inward situation. So it was not like, here you have your dogma and you have to believe in it and everything will be fine. It was like, I will bring you to your new self, to the new experiences you have and the new level you will reach, but you have to go through it yourself. I will open the door for you. Yes, and the door opening aspect we see here with the two keys at the feet. They are very small, but they are a key symbol. Key symbol. Just joking, but it's really that important with this card. So he or she is a door opener. And when we take this to real life, it might even seem a little bit more like a little struggle. How do I put this to real life? Or what does it mean in real life? So this, Hierophant card can, in everyday life, it can show up in really small situations. It does not have to be big on the outside. It's only what happens inside of you. Yes, and this is very much like in the old mystery religions. It has to happen inside of you. It's not what it looks on the outside. So this might be a stranger. You are traveling and you meet a stranger and you exchange just some sentences, but this person says, without knowing it, something very important for you. Yes, it can be, of course, therapists, coaches, reading books and things like that. So it can be an advice you sought for and you wanted to reach. But sometimes it's just life coming for you and or coming to you. Like life is making a step to you and it approaches you and is teaching you something. Yes, so these can be, for example, you go to the doctor's office and they have a little calendar here with a typical calendar sentences, as we say in German, like some proverbs or something beautiful to think about, sentences, and or a quote from someone. And you read this quote when you are talking with the staff, and it's like, oh, this is exactly what I needed to hear right now. So it's not a big deal, it's not a big situation, but what happens inside of you is big. Yes, this is the most important thing with this card. It's not what others would think about it. Yes, of course, it can be something big, something really wow, where you think, wow, where did this come from? But with this card, it's really about the inward happenings. It's not about that the situation is so big or so strange or so remarkable that other people would say, oh, wow, what happened to you? Wow, this is amazing. Yes, it can be, but it does not have to be. And in modern life, of course, this can also happen in the internet somewhere. Yes, and the other party, this is also important, the other party does not have to be aware that it's your Hierophant right now. Yes, very often in everyday life, it's really small situations. It's like you read one sentence or you're reading a book and there is this one sentence and you think like, oh, that's it. Yes, so just be open where this card shows up. Life will come. It's not like you can miss it or you can, go to the other side and life is running, but not to you. No. When this card shows up, it will reach you and you will understand. Both things are important. Sometimes we get wonderful messages, but we are not at the place to understand them at that moment. So this does not happen with this card. You also show up for life and life shows up for you. And then everything will take a beautiful direction. And this will also help to integrate the tower experience, to really reach a new level with this happening before. So this is a trailblazer, you could say. And this is the integration of it. And then it really starts to make sense and you are on another level in your life. Yes, these are cards of the big arcana. So this means it's about your overall feeling in life. It's like the weather. Yes, it's not just here is my love life and here is my job life and there is my health and so on. It is really how you feel about life in general at this moment. Yes, so these are our two big players here, but we also have the Queen of Wands. And this is a lovely card, which has also a lovely story. I don't know if you know it. I once read it in the classical tarot. You also have this in the Harris Crawley tarot. There should be like not just a small cat, it should be like a beast. Yes, some big cat. And the Golden Dawn, this was like also like friends, people, and they were also having time together. There were many artists and also people with money who had their little houses in the green where you could go on vacation and things like that. So it was a bunch of people on a journey together. And Pamela Coleman Smith fell in love with this cat and she put it on the card like forever. And so this is why we have here a cat. It was the cat she fell in love with. I don't remember the name. But it was a cat she really adored. And so this card is now like, cat is now like forever on the card. And it's a beautiful story. So no lion, no leopard or things like that. It's just this cute little cat she loved. Yes. So this is a story for the card, but we are here, of course, at the element of fire. We see a sunflower here. We see a desert in the back. Cats are also fire animals. We see a little fox here holding together the cloth. We see red lions, so it's very fiery. And this card stands for our inner fire, our inner passion. It's also, I don't know if you say it like we do in English, the spark in your eyes, like this fire in your eyes. When you really like something, when you really love something, when you are alive in a way, then your eyes will spark and you won't look like an everyday zombie going through the streets. Yes, many people are like on autopilot mode when you walk the streets and you see them and they are like zombie invasion a little bit. I'm just joking, but you know what I mean. I'm a little bit exaggerating. So this is not a zombie. This is a person that's alive. And this can be you, yourself. It can be a friend who comes in your life or a colleague or someone who's influencing your life. It can be also someone on social media or someone on YouTube and things like that. So an author, someone who brightens your life. Yes, it's the element of fire. So we have warmth and we have light. Yes. And for males, of course, it can also be the inner woman or the woman in their life. Yes, so no one is outside with the tarot cards. And yes, it brings inspiration. It brings creative sparks into your life. And I always say creativity in tarot does not, or in life in general, does not only mean DIY or things like that. Yes, it's about finding creative solutions and finding ways. So you could also be creative when, yes, you are solving problems in everyday life. This is also a way of being creative. It's not just about sparkling glitter and things like that, and glue and all of this. This is also beautiful when this card shows up. It could mean you paint, you draw, you do whatever you like. Some people find creativity in their kitchen. There is really no limit to this, but it can also be more practical things that people would not say like it's creativity in the first moment, but in reality, it's about being creative. Yes. So when the fire cards show up, this is some practical remark from me as a long-term tarot reader. You also have to keep one thing in mind, and this is not the first row of meaning. It's like in the back, standing in the back where the meanings are. And this is fire. If it wants to burn, like this small thing, it needs some stuff to burn. So then there we are again with only seeing the positive things in the cards. They can also make remarks or comments on that are a little bit more not negative, but who are thoughtful in a way. So the fire cards can also indicate things like burnout. Yes, because these days we are often very passionate and we want just to do the best, and then we start to do things like, oh, this is so cool, I need to incorporate this into my life, and you just want to take on more than you can really take, and then it's like, whoa, and what do I do? Because I can't really do it. I don't have the energy. Yes, you need something to burn, some wood, some coal to stick in the picture, but if you don't have enough to burn, then and if your basis is not there, how do you want to do it, right? So fire needs nourishment. This is something very important. I know these cards are often seen as like, oh, it's pure energy and creative forces and things like that. It's pure light and passion. Yes, it's all beautiful, but it needs nourishment. Without it, the flame will extinguish, or even worse, it will eat away things that it shouldn't. Right? So this is not like a warning, it's just me balancing this card for you, because many people tend to see the fire cards as positive and as strengths and things like that. And it's, of course, these are the topics, but you need a foundation. Without it, you can't build a building, so to speak. Yes. So this is just what I want to add with this card. And I also wanted to add another thing that I also always like to make people aware of, because at least here in Germany, we are more in the Northern Europe part. So we are not so passionate people. We are more pragmatic. So when we see fire and passion and all these things, we think like, oh, this is a bit too much. This is over the top, right? So maybe you are a little bit like that too. So I just want to add this aspect of the card. Fire does not have to be something outward. Like you could say, there is also to fire, you have a yin side and a yang side, if you want to compare it to the Asian philosophy. And yes, the yang side of fire is like extrovert, power. You see this person and it's glowing with ideas, so to speak. But the yin side of the fire might be more your thing, right? When you are, like we are in Germany in general, a little bit more pragmatic, a little bit more introverted and things like that. So it can also mean that it's your inner fire, your inner glow. It's not not just about what other people see or perceive about you. It could also be like your inner fire is sparked again because you are reading a great book, wonderful story, really inspiring. No one sees it, but inside of yourself, your little fire in the heart is burning smooth and bright, and it warms you because you are in touch with this great story. But there's nothing happening on the outside. It's your personal thing. It's private. Yes. So this I want to add, because we tend to, when of course the fire element is a fire element, and we tend to think of it as to say it in the Asian way, as a young thing only. Yes, but everything in life has both elements, and there is also something like the yin fire. And the yin fire is more about you, yourself, your substance. Yes, about you as a person and as someone, yes, something that is contained into yourself and that is warming you in the best way and that brightens your day, you could say. Yes, I just wanted to add, because these cards really have many layers, and the more years you work with them, the more layers you find. And some of you will be beginners, so I really like to share this, so you see, oh, it's a broad picture, because many beginners, right from the start, they have many ideas about the card, but they don't trust themselves. Like, oh, this is not the typical way the cards are described in the books. And then they become like a little bit doubtful. So I try to make a broader picture of the cards from my experience, so you can trust your perceptions. And you see, yes, the picture is big, right? So when we put this together, we see at first the Tower card. It's a strong start into the year, let's say it like this. So this card means something happens fast, with a high speed, with a high impact, but it sets you free. If you want to be set free or not is another matter, right? But in most cases, after the storm is gone, it's like spring air and the birds are chirping and everything is fine. So it's like, we call this in German, the cleansing thunder. Yes, so this means, yes, sometimes it is inevitable that things happen swift, sometimes harsh, fast and furious, so to speak. But afterwards, it's really clear. So there is no aftermath or something like that. You are really done with it. It's a clear cut. And this is something very precious these days sometimes. So we also see, and this makes us really think positive towards this card, the Hierophant. He means integration. He means a teacher in some way. I described it, it can be in many ways. But there will be someone or something that happens and that really opens the door for you to integrate this experience and to go to your next level. Like the Myst in old Greece, going through the doors and really reaching a new level and reaching new insights. And it's really deep. These are not just cards, especially these two together in this like this first and this second. It's really meaningful. It's really deep. So it's something to look forward to. It might be cost a little bit of strength, but when you are through with it, you see it was totally worth it. Yes. And here we see Our Lady of Fire, the Queen of Wands. So keep in mind the passion, the warmth, the yin and yang sides of fire, both are equally important. It can be also on the inside. It is about creativity in every meaning of the word. And it's also about having in mind that fire needs something to eat, so to speak. It needs some foundation. And sometimes the fire cards are also a reminder to keep your foundation in mind, to really, yes. Sometimes it means not just like you burn, you need to be bright, you need to be creative and things like that, but it means have a look at your coal, at your wood, at what you want to put into the fire so it can burn, so it has nourishment. Yes, look at your nourishment on every level possible. Yes? So, these are the cards for today. For the new year, we are starting, and we will see each other for the next full moon cards again.